Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Shar. We are back with another live session, honey. We're gonna backtrack this thing. But just before we do that, I want you guys to sit tight, hang out with us for a little while. We're gonna allow a few more people to come on in and then we're gonna jump right into it. All right, let's go. All right. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Shar. Y'all know what time it is. Hit that like button, turn your notification on, and subscribe to the channel because I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Listen, y'all make it do what it do, what it do, what it do. And remember to speak when you walk on in the chat because ain't nobody sleep with you last night. If you aren't following me on any forms of social media, go ahead and follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X, and even now Patreon at Shar's Reality number 6. If you haven't had a chance to follow me on my backup pages, please do on all platforms at Shar's Reality Family. This is not a chat for children, so if you're a child, I'm sorry, you got to exit stage left. Hello to all my newcomers, flip-floppers, and day ones. What's up? And lottie-dottie to everybody. Hey, y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I saw Mama Bees and Jazzy J in the chat earlier. Thank you guys for tapping in as usual and always just being so supportive. We're going to be here to the good Lord allow us to, okay? We got a few things on our roster to talk about. I know the Krishan and Lemmy and Claressa stuff got crazy yesterday. It was a little bit overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So I was screenshotting and not posting because it was a lot, right? And it's also sad to see, right? I think Claressa has some good points. I also think that Claressa needs to man down cold 10. She's just too involved. Okay, but she's an awesome grandparent if I'm giving kudos, right? And I just think Krishan is a crash out and she needs to get a hold of her emotions before she does ruin herself, okay? So that's pretty much all I have to say about all those things. I would like to see where Blue will land once he come home. I know he done moved this girl into her house, and shame on them for encouraging that. I would have never told my child, you go live with a man who's incarcerated, who got 2 baby moms. He's still dealing with them both. He can't promise you nothing with all that going on. There's nothing that he could do for you but give you money, okay? And it looks like the girl is fairly well off that she could do that for herself. But to each his own, I guess everybody isn't a parent like me. Okay. All right, here we go. So, guys, you guys know Tommy Lee. Now, Tommy Lee stayed in the news for either cracking somebody, threatening somebody to pow them. All those good things. She's a beautiful girl, but she will turn up and crash all the way out. And unfortunately, she striked again. There is now. I've learned that the young lady is a content creator. I did not know that before. There is a not disabled but mentally challenged, which I want to call it, I don't know, disabled, but the girl has an able body, but there definitely is something wrong there. Okay. And she was caught recording Tommi on a elevator, and Tommi attacked her, threw water on her and all, baby. And I saw a lot of people also in the comments like, okay, so this is Tommi Lee here, guys, just so you guys know who we're talking about. And this is the young lady, Maggie, that she attacked. You guys can see there's definitely something off. God bless Maggie, okay? With that being said, I saw a lot of people in the comments like, oh, but why was she recording, trying to act like she ain't know no better. The girl was literally screaming for her life, basically like I was not recording. Now clearly she was, I'm not gonna lie, she was definitely recording. But what I would say is, you are a public figure. That's just like if somebody saw me out. I tell you guys all the time, you're gonna get a pair of Crocs, a t-shirt, and I'm gonna look so bummy, okay? A t-shirt, if depending on the weather, you might get a hoodie and a coat, but most of the time you're just gonna get a pair of tights, a t-shirt, a pair of Crocs, and some long socks. That's what you're gonna get. You ain't gonna get nothing different. Only thing I do is keep my hair braided, okay? That's it, right? I'm coming up on my 2-month appointment on the 18th, and that's what I'm getting ready for. But you're not going to see much from me. But I am a public figure now. I cannot be like, don't record me. I can pray that you guys will have sympathy for whatever I'm going through or whatever you see me in, but I can't guarantee that you guys will not record my situation. I am a public figure, okay? So a lot of people's in the comments like, you shouldn't have been recording her. People got to learn their lesson. What lesson are you teaching somebody by putting your hands on somebody? Keep your hands to yourself, right? So Tommi basically smacked the thing out of her hand. YouTube been flagging the hell out of my channel. I barely be doing anything on here at all. But as soon as I come back, here they go swinging. Okay, they be swinging, knocking me down, down, down. So normally I probably could play it, but for right now, I'm just going to play the sound so you guys can see how crazy and it sounded from her screaming to the top of her lungs. And she's telling Tommi like, hey, I'm not recording you, but she was, okay? I'll put the full video up on my Instagram or my Facebook if you guys want to tackle it there in the story section, but I'm not going to put it up here because I don't want them to talk about some I don't know. They get me. They just got me yesterday. And I didn't even do nothing. I barely was even on here for an hour and they got me yesterday, okay? And I had to make some adjustments. So look, y'all just pray for me because I'm telling you, by the grace of God, I'm hanging on over here on YouTube, okay? So anyway, let's play that. And like I said, you are a public figure, so you have to be recorded. Is it always the best, right? No. Is it always something you're looking forward to? No. But what I would say is you don't get to tell people not to record you. You are a public figure. And the girl clearly knew it was Tommi. I don't care what she said. But with all of that, you can't be out here just slapping stuff out of people's hand, honey. Because just like you got a pow, somebody else might got one. And you might go see Jesus early. So you got to just be careful. And everybody got folks, right? Everybody got a folk that they can call. And people love their folks. And people do pull up for their folks. So, this all could have been avoided. And Maggie is going to speak on the situation. So we're going to listen to the event. And then we're going to listen to Maggie actually speak on the situation. Which is wild, y'all. Okay, let me make sure I'm connected. But like she's speaking on it, and they were saying in the comments, so they know this young lady too. I don't know her, I never heard of her, but according to the comments, they was like, Maggie always do this, and she's looking for a come up. So that can very well be true, guys. I don't know, but we're going to find out. Okay, let's listen to the incident, and then we'll go from there. All right. All right. Let me turn. Hold on. Now, for those of you who did not hear, they're telling her to step off the elevator. She's acting confused, okay? So let's continue. It's not funny, y'all. It's not funny at all, but it is bad, okay? And so Tommi, smacked the phone out of her hand. It's unclear whether she actually hit her or anything, but Maggie isn't saying she hit her either. But she is saying that Tommi threw water on her. So look, we just have to see and see what happens from that. She needs to sue, period. Thank you, Mama Bees, because that's basically what I wanted to say, but I'm so glad that you said it. Tommi has to learn a valuable lesson, just like Cardi B. Cardi B be doing the most, okay? And yes, she has a good lawyer team, but Cardi be doing a lot, okay? Keep your hands off of folks, whether you're not going to win water out their hand or whether you pow on somebody. Stop touching folks, okay? Because everybody got somebody that loves them, all right? And it can necessarily go left. But right now, we're going to listen to Maggie speak on the situation, okay? And tell what happened, okay? No skip tea is where this is from, guys, just so we're giving the credit to who is deserving of it.
So I love Tommi, and I was supporting her, but shit, we ain't now. I thought it was a random thing with her boyfriend in the elevator. I was to be on my line begging for goddamn money. Mind my own business. Didn't know my phone was recording in the first place. I was just focused on begging for money.
Now she's saying that she didn't know that the phone was recording Tommi. I don't know if that's true, guys. The camera was literally pointing at Tommi. She's saying that she was on her own live recording, begging the folks for money. Okay, so I'm just saying that's what she's saying. I don't know what the truth. Only her, Tommi, and the people in that elevator look like Tommi security would know that. Okay.
She lost the porter.
Skips teeth.
And she did more damage. She kind of ruined my glasses. The glasses kind of coming out. The lens is, but they still in there. She broke my screen protector case. It's kind of cracked, but the phone is still intact because the screen protector saved the phone. But my screen is cracked.
No
Please check. He most definitely said I got a case.
So you guys heard her. Her frame to her glasses and her case to her cell phone is cracked and broken up. So something did happen there, according to Maggie, okay? Also, shout out to Skip's Tea. Again, this is where this is coming from. And I'll put that link at the end so you guys can see it in real time. And you heard her say, they definitely said I got a case. So I don't know if she's talking about regular people or she's already consulted with some type of legal people, okay? So we have to wait and see for that. Let's continue to listen.
And she going down. So I will be following her ass today. I'm following her. Even Reggie came from my defense too and checked her. Shout out to Reggie and Team Mag. Team Mag and Reggie, they love me. He even checked Lemmy. Letting it go down. Good job, Reggie. Make sure you shout out Reggie and my team Maggie for coming through helping me.
Okay, if you guys didn't hear her, she said that Ray J checked Lemmy for allowing this to go down, and her team, because I guess she's a content creator as well. Also, Team Maggie, that's what she said, also stuck up for her. So she's saying, look, she's going down and she's unfollowing Tommi today. I'm not sure that Tommi cares. She doesn't care about much, but this is what Maggie is saying. So again, shout out to Skip's Tea for that tea. Okay. But yeah, keep your hands off of folks. That's just the bottom line. Keep your hands off of folks because not everybody gonna play with you, okay? It ain't gonna always be cute. And sometimes people got people that love them that will pull up and do some crazy things. Have some self-control, okay? You might not want it to be recorded, but at the same time, you're a public figure. You're on TV. People like you. She says she used to love Tommy, but she's done with her now. Okay, so we have to move on. But prayers up for Maggie, honey. That's Maggie on the screen. And according to her, Tommy Lee from Love and Hip Hop, now on Zeus Network, has attacked her. Pour water all over the poor girl and everything for recording her. Okay, so that's all I'm saying. We gotta move on. We gotta move on. Who's up next? Let's talk about DDG and Halle and this new thing that they got going on where they have made an arrangement for the custody hearing. And like I said, I am what I told my people on TikTok and Facebook. I'm all for making it right. I feel like sometimes the courts can either make it better or worse, but I am not for putting yourself in a line of fire, okay? And there's some men that just fly off the handle on the regular, that fly off the handle on the regular that needs a little bit more supervision. So you do have to put the courts into place, right? And put some things like a Martell Jr., right? To put those things into place that you don't get harassed or bullied, or they don't think that they control your punani child because you got a baby with them. That means nothing, absolutely nothing. Okay, and DDG, although I don't know him personally, I do believe that he wants it to stop, but I think it's for his own gain, right? And I knew that when he created that song saying that he wants it to stop, he don't want to deal with the courts. I knew Halle was going to fold, okay? I knew she was going to fold. I knew she was going to be like, calling him up. Let's see what we can do. And according to the court documents, they did just that, okay? Like I said, normally in a normal event, I will be all for them reconciling and getting it together for the healthiness of Halo. But in this situation, I don't know if I'm for that, okay? So in a stipulation filed by both parties. So basically, he filed and she filed, okay, and signed off by a judge. The two have agreed, and shout out to people for this, okay, agreed to temporarily arrangement where DDG has custody of Halo on Wednesdays and certain weekends. Halo will live with the color purple star for the remainder of the time. Belly and DDG, born, they got his real name there, Daryl, okay. And then it says, have also agreed to a holiday schedule. So in addition to the way they're doing it on a weekly schedule, they also agreed to a holiday schedule. And holidays are always emotional because everybody wants the baby on Christmas, and then he might have some stuff. So, that's another reason why I didn't want the restraining order and stuff to drop, because it's going to get messy before it gets better, in my opinion, okay? Additionally, the two have dropped their restraining orders against each other and are ordered to not to talk badly about one another, both in public and in front of Halo. Okay, so that is what it is. Restraining order has been dropped. They've come up with a custody agreement that works for both of them. Hopefully, they all can basically stay out of one another's business. It don't matter who he doing it to, and it don't matter who she doing it to. Stick strictly to the script. Okay. Halo, 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 Halo. Okay. I encourage that all the time. Okay. So shout out to them for being mature about the situation, and hopefully it works out for them. We have to move on to Masika. Masika husband has passed away, and prayers up for her children, and also his family. Okay. Her husband has passed away through a brutal car accident, a car going the wrong way, opposite, the wrong side of traffic. Okay. And it killed him. So we are praying for the entire family. This is unfortunate, but Masika is asking that the public stop posting because she wants to be the first to tell her children. And this is another situation. It's unfortunate that we are here and the blogs get the information sometimes before the family get the information, but she's asking for some sense of privacy and decency. But that has not happened yet. With the blogs, it's first come, first serve, right? They're going to always want to put it out there before it's time. And that is where we are now. Okay. So we're going to listen to Masika talk about privacy and how she want to be the first to tell her children. And like I said, we are praying for the entirety of the situation. Nobody wants to lose a husband, let alone the father of your children. That sucks. Okay, so we do want to be sensitive to the situation, but we're just reporting what has already been put out. Nothing more, nothing less. And like I said, this is sad, guys. This is sad. And we are still praying for the entirety of the situation. And that's why I say to my kids all the time, drive for yourself and other people, okay? And know the outcome, if it's God time, it's God time. But don't do something like be on your phone or be doing playing with your music and not paying attention. So, or just how the hell you end up on the wrong side of the traffic? That's another question I have. Okay, so it's just like, dang. Yeah, guys, this is bad. So we're gonna listen to her say that she's asking for a sense of privacy. Let's go.
The blogs have a job to do. I just ask respectfully that you guys refrain from posting information until I do. Because word spreads fast to children. And although my kids aren't on social media, a lot of their friends are, and a lot of their parents, all their parents are. And I don't want my kids to find out at school before I can tell them. So respectfully, I just ask to please, blogs, let me.
Oh no.
Before you do.
Yeah, so you guys heard her. She's asking for privacy again. And she's asking that the blogs just let her tell her children before we do. Like I said, prayers up. It's a sensitive situation, but I'm not sure that the blogs will care. You can always show some type of sympathy and empathy for someone and still do your job. It's unfortunate that when they go through things like this, they don't get no sense of privacy. So again, prayers up to the entire family. And that's what we are doing here. Okay, we are moving on. Who next we got? Mendeecees. Okay. Mendeecees, Mendeecees is basically explaining where him and Yandy situation is. Now, he's not trying to dog her out. I don't get that one bit. I don't get that he doesn't care either, right? I do feel like she's leaving the ball in his court and she's going to get burnt like that, okay? He seems tired. I don't know him personally, but his responses says, I'm tired. I'm already out. We just have to figure out how to navigate for the people that matters the most, which is our children. Ooh, excuse me. Which is our children. So we have to see how that's going to work out for them. But like I said, he's being very clear that they are not in a good space, but they keeping it classy, and they'll let us know when the time is right. But I'm saying if it's going to go back to what it was supposed to be, I feel like we wouldn't have to know that. That's why I feel like it's going to go left, right? So let's listen to what Mendeecees had to say. If you're still here, go ahead and hit the like button, guys, and share the live so that people can know that I am over here doing some. Hey, V Jackson, what's up? Long time no see. Good morning. Okay. So I do feel like Mendeecees be like taking advantage of Yandy, even though she was over there getting clapped by the guy allegedly. It was only in due time. Now, I'm not encouraging it, right? But it was only in due time because he was playing in her face for a long time. So he had to know her lick back was coming, okay? Let's listen to Mendeecees.
Right now with your wife, Yandy, how are things going? Are you guys continuing to put in the work to be in a better space?
I think every day,
Shout out to Reality Entertainment for this, guys.
With the noise, we find a way to challenge, our relationship, our mental health, and that for our children. We have to be mentally strong just to block the noise out because we know what's at stake. And what's at stake is concentrated, is really raising our kids. Me and her, we've known each other for so long that, I respect her, right? We're going to go through our disagreement. I learned to respect her even when I don't like her.
Say right? What now?
I got to respect her. So, when people see
I ain't never the person to run to the internet and going to talk shit about my wife or the children of my mother. Like, I'm just not that person. Because, like you said, that stuff live forever. You know, how will my son respect me, see me talking shit about his moms?
Or only
Then, like, I gotta control my emotions.
Yeah.
Like let the women do that. Men don't operate like that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So now behind the scenes with me and my wife, we still just trying to figure out what's the next chapter, right? And us figuring out the next chapters between us is not important to let the world know what our next chapter is.
That you don't have to make that decision in front of
them. We can't have that pressure. We can't allow the pressure of the outside dictate what we doing. We got to do things at our pace when we ready. And when we ready to let people know what it is, we got to be comfortable with that. And for me, let our kids know first. Let our family know first.
Yeah.
Who are them? Who are these people?
Right. That's real. That's real.
Right now, I think me and my wife entering a new chapter. Right. In this new chapter, we trying to figure out what it's gonna look like before we start talking about it publicly. Right. Because it's important for us to fix our and structure our and organize what we got going on before we just tell people where we at. Right. Because it got to be no pressure. Right? It gotta be honest, it gotta be solid, and it gotta be strong. And that's our foundation. We can't, we already got too much noise. We got too many people pulling us in different directions. We got people that want to see us together. We got people that want to see us apart. They give people scenes just to talk about us. Right? And they're hot like that. And that's not helpful for a relationship.
Yeah.
Right? Because I have to watch people tear her down. She have to watch me tear her down. Then we also have to watch, people come with an opinion on how we should handle our relationship. We have to block out the noise and really get into us. So what's looking forward to us? I don't know. Honestly, we just gonna continue to put the work in behind closed doors, and when we figure it out and we're ready to tell people, that's what we do. We let them speculate whatever they want to speculate.
Y'all been through a lot on that show, bro.
Right.
From your vacation to the kids growing up, and man,
it's hard. Like I can tell you it was easy. It's hard to you be forced to separation, and then it's hard to get back and try to figure things out, and that family unit, put it back together is even the times right now. This is one of the difficult times in my life where certain things you don't see it coming. You can't even paint this forecast, but life has a way of making turns, and you have to just figure it out. And it's but it'll work itself out. I'm confident it will.
Obviously, you've been in the.
All right, so you guys heard him talk about where him and Yandy stands now. Like I said, I think the most difficult part is him with his children. I think he loves his children so much he don't want to let them down. Other words than that, I believe he would have been out on Yandy. Does he have a respect for her? Absolutely. Do he love her? Probably so. Excuse me, I don't know if that's true or false, right? I do not live in those people's houses, but I also believe that they're both checked out, okay? Do God restores? Absolutely. Can he restores? Absolutely. But we just have to wait and see how that play, or if they let us in at all, right? I can see Mendeecees and Yandy just keeping it together for the kids up until them kids turn 18. I can see that, right? I can see them not letting it go. I can also see him moving in one house, she moving in the other, and they co-parent. I can see that too. She's not a tacky broad, okay? So she's definitely going to do things in decency and order. I don't think she's going to come on the internet and dog him out or anything of that nature. But I do believe that they will do it in a way that's, comfortable for them and the children, okay? So again, we just have to wait and see how that play out. It's sad all the way around. Marriage is work, right? You never stop working. Don't stop working. Don't stop working. Marriage is constant work, honey. Constant work. You got to continue to work, continue to rebuild, start new things and old things. You got to constantly work. So I don't even know why I don't even have them up on the screen. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I had a picture up of them on the screen. I definitely did not. So for those of you just joining, we are talking about Yandy and Mendeecees, and he spoke out on where their relationship sits now. And they're making some hard decisions. What the end of that is, we don't know. But they said they will let us know when the time is right. But when they do it, they're going to let their children know first. Not us, child. We are not first on the priority list. So we just got to listen around these streets and see what's up. Okay. We've already talked about DDG. We talked about Masika. And we also talked about Tommi Lee and Maggie. Now we have up is old Claressa Shields, baby. Let's have an honest comment from me. Okay. Claressa Shields is so talented. You hear me? She is so extremely talented, and it makes me so mad when she doesn't live in her own truth or element. Okay. Just gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Okay. It pisses me off to the end of time. Okay. That she doesn't think that she does a lot of stuff. I know she said everybody else is a hater. She gives me Krishan. I'm gonna tell you why. Krishan brain can only articulate clout, hair, all of those things. That's the farthest Krishan brain can go. Okay, and that is the same thing for Claressa Shields. In my opinion, she cannot articulate anything past or phantom, anything past clout, hater, anything like. I listened to Layla Ali response to Claressa, and I'm gonna be honest, she gave her more kudos than somebody should have. Normally, somebody would have dog walked the hell out of Claressa, and that would have been the end of it. She thinks she's bigger than the program. She responded to Layla Ali, which she has the right to do so. It's her platform; she can do that, right? But she didn't tie in dots. What are we talking about? Okay. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I couldn't even get through the whole thing. It was a lot. Okay. Claressa she turned her whole personality to like Layla Ali. She wasn't even her mouth almighty. She even talked like Layla Ali. Okay. Hello, Claressa, are you in there? Like I was looking for her and she never even came out to address it. She stayed in Layla Ali body the whole entire time. Okay. She did clips, which she's allowed, but I'm just saying there was none of Claressa Shields' personality in her response. Okay. And I think it was in poor taste. I think it was just in poor taste. She named a bunch of stuff that was stuff that Claressa made up in her mind. Okay. The lady never said that you were a hater. You talked about old and new. Do you know that the old is the reason why you new exists? Okay. So you could not exist had not she paved the way. Okay. With the good Lord looking over both of you, you could not say thank you. That's what I want you to do. I want you to fix your mouth to say thank you. That's why I say psychologically, like I don't believe that it's all click clacking. I just don't. You cannot convince me outside of Pat, outside of Remy. You cannot convince me that it's click clacking and the brain is connected. It's something off, y'all. So that you will go put your whole body in someone else's identity to get your point across. I would have just took you cooking your food in your kitchen, talking to your niece, and then having a conversation with us because that's your authentic self, right? But to just come on here and literally put yourself in somebody else's identity, that ain't click clacking to me. I couldn't get down with that, okay? So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We're not gonna play it here. I just wanted to tell y'all, if y'all want to listen to it, go over to Claressa Shields and listen to it there. Because it was nerve-wracking and I was annoyed. And I listened to it for my own sanity, but this is why I tell people that Layla Ali's response to Claressa had nothing to do with hate. And she actually gave her more flowers than she needed. But Claressa, I don't even mean to be smart. She has a problem with articulating what was said to her. She switches things around for her own benefit. And I don't know if that's done purposely or she really believed that what she's saying is what had happened. I don't know. But what I do know is Claressa, that wasn't what she said, okay? And I'd be so irritated, so I'm not even gonna play it because I might get irritated all over again. But if y'all want to listen to it, go over to Claressa Shields' page and listen to the whole thing in its entirety and hit me up in my DM and let me know if y'all got what I got. I got unable to connect the dots of what Layla Ali was saying. She talked about everybody else but herself. What did she do to you to make you hate her? What did she do to you? Why we talk about everybody else? Everybody else don't have nothing to do with you. And we get it. You got to keep yourself relevant. You and Pap thing is kind of like dying down right now. You know, you had to jump back in there, throw little jabs and stuff like that. We get it. But at the same time, don't ever come out of who you are to go and step into somebody else's identity. Like, how old are we? And I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. So shout out to her for responding. But no, thank you for jumping into somebody else's identity. It was not received from me. Okay. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. I just couldn't get down with it, okay? Guys, we're 35 minutes into the chat, and I'm going to wrap this thing up. But just before I do, you always go ahead and hit the like button, turn your notification on, subscribe to the channel if you aren't. If you haven't had a chance to follow me in my backup page, please do on all platforms as well. Ashar's Reality Family. I love your checkmates, and there is nothing you can do about it. And remember, don't you let nobody tell you nothing different. Until next time, checkmates. Bye.